From Adam Sandler's surprising interest in the world of the UFC, to the UFC nestling itself into other corners of the entertainment world. This is how Dana White and Adam Sandler are joining forces for UFC movies. Now buckle up, because today we have a real knockout of a story to share with you. It's got comedy, action, and a killer combo of talent that we just can't wait to dive into. Think you've seen all the crazy stuff from the UFC? Think again, because it's about to get way crazier with this cinematic venture. So, what's the scoop? Well, recently, details have been dropping left and right about a UFC comedy movie. We're talking about Dana White, the unstoppable force that is the president of UFC, and Adam Sandler, the comedic genius who needs no introduction. But what's this movie all about, you might ask? Well, it's not just about throwing punches in the ring. Oh no, this project is centered around the behind-the-scenes work of the MMA promotion. You can bet it's going to be a hilarious whirlwind tour of the UFC's operations. Now you may be asking, why a comedy? And why now? And who came up with this genius idea? And when can we expect to see this masterpiece on our screens? Well, it was Dana himself who spilled the beans about this project during an appearance on the Pat McAfee show. As for the who and the why, let's just say the combination of UFC's action-packed intensity and Sandler's comedic chops are a match made in movie heaven. As for a release date, details are still under wraps, but we're all waiting with bated breath to see when the comedy bombshell is going to drop. And with Sandler's recent work hearing praises around the world, such as Hustle, Murder Mystery, and Uncut Gems, we're sure this will be one to watch. Although many don't realize, this isn't Adam Sandler's first rodeo with the UFC though. Remember the 2012 movie Here Comes the Boom, produced by Happy Madison? Yeah, that's right. Adam's production company, which has given us hit after hit, not just in comedy, but in a wide variety of TV shows like The Goldbergs and Rules of Engagement, and also gave us this interesting mix-up of MMA and comedy, which we are sure will take a bunch of inspiration from with the next venture. Here Comes the Boom was all about the UFC, so it's clear that there's something about this world that Sandler finds fascinating. Maybe it's the thrill of the fight, the drama behind each match, or just the sheer energy that radiates from the world of MMA. And speaking of Happy Madison, it's worth mentioning that Sandler is also represented by William Morris Endeavor, who happens to own the UFC. So yeah, this collaboration is very much a family affair. And we're starting to see all the connecting dots to how this all came about. Now, if you're thinking that UFC movies and documentaries are coming out of the woodwork, you're not wrong. And it's not just Dana and Adam shaking things up. We've just seen Conor McGregor's documentary series, McGregor Forever, scoring a top 10 slot among the most watched programs on Netflix. But did we expect anything less when the world-famous Irishman was involved? But apparently, McGregor did his own deal for this documentary, and it's definitely made waves. But wait, there's more. Dana White revealed that another UFC documentary is in the works. This one, he says, is not just going to be whipped up, but will be a comprehensive look at the entire business of UFC. We're talking all the behind the scenes you could ever want to see. It's all part of a deal with Roku, and it's expected to debut later this year. Just when you think that's a lot of UFC content, let me tell you, there's even more coming. In addition to the upcoming documentary and comedy movie, Dana White has plenty of other television projects cooking. Remember Rob Dyrdek's popular clip series on MTV, Ridiculousness, or the extreme sports series Nitro Circus? Well, Dana's got his hands in those pies as well. He's part owner of Thrill One Sport and Entertainment, the conglomerate in charge of these properties, and he's even hinted at a new reality show in the works. It seems Dana is going for broke here. It makes you wonder, what's the rush? Could it have something to do with his recent controversy involving his fight with his wife? And his seemingly failing slap fight league? Possibly, but that's just speculation for now. Anyway, with all this buzz, let's dive a little deeper into the world of UFC and why it's making such a big splash in the entertainment industry. UFC is not just about fighting. It's about passion, discipline, and the intense dedication of athletes who give their all. It's a whirlwind world of power, drama, and high stakes that are just ripe for exploration in film and TV. Adam Sandler's interest in this world isn't surprising when you consider the inherent drama and excitement of the sport. And it's something that probably isn't explored enough in today's entertainment world. Comedy might seem like an odd choice for a UFC movie, but let's not forget, the best comedy often comes from the most unexpected places. The blend of UFC's adrenaline-fueled world and Sandler's knack for turning the ordinary into the hilariously extraordinary is bound to give us something truly special. Just think about it. The daily grind of working at UFC behind all the glitz and glamour. There's bound to be plenty of comic potential there. And with all the extravagant fighters in the UFC today, there's no shortage of incredible personalities and characters to take inspiration from. As for Dana White, this project is another testament to his ambition and innovation. He's continually looking for new ways to bring the UFC experience to fans, and this comedy movie is just another exciting step in that journey. And let's not forget about Conor McGregor. His Netflix docuseries was a huge hit, proving that there's a massive audience out there hungry for more UFC content. This upcoming comedy movie and documentary will surely meet that demand. The world of UFC is expanding beyond the ring. With Dana White at the helm and talent like Adam Sandler stepping into the ring, we're all set for some spectacular entertainment. Now, we're all eagerly waiting to see what this dynamic duo will deliver. Will it be a laugh-out-loud comedy that captures the chaos and camaraderie of the UFC world? Or will it offer a poignant look at the people behind the punches? One thing's for sure, with Dana White and Adam Sandler working together, we're in for a real treat. The world of UFC is expanding into the realms of comedy, documentaries, and beyond. Before we wrap this up, there's another element to this upcoming comedy project that's worth mentioning: the cultural impact of UFC and MMA as a whole. In recent years, the UFC has grown from a niche sport into a global phenomenon, transcending the world of sports and permeating popular culture. UFC and MMA fighters are now recognized as global sports stars, and the sport itself has become a staple of modern entertainment, with millions of fans tuning in for every event. This isn't just about punches and fights. It's about the people, the passion, the heart, and the soul of every athlete. This comedy movie isn't just a chance to laugh, it's a chance to celebrate the spirit of the UFC, the fighters, the fans, and everyone who makes this sport so extraordinary. With Dana White and Adam Sandler on board, we're not just going to get a behind-the-scenes look at the world of UFC, we're going to see the human side, the funny side, and the side that proves why UFC has become such a beloved part of our culture. So let's get ready for this amazing journey into the world of UFC, filled with laughter, surprises, and undoubtedly some unforgettable moments. Let the countdown begin. So from the UFC nestling itself into other corners of the entertainment world, to Adam Sandler's surprising interest in the world of the UFC. This was how Dana White and Adam Sandler are joining forces for UFC movies.